Those of you who have seen my previous videos will know that I'm quite anti-caravan, and I have a confession to make. I've actually succumbed not to purchasing a caravan, but to purchasing a camper trailer, which is under cover here. So we'll have a little exploration. Some may be asking, well, why the change of heart? Well, it's a reappraisal of how I camp, and also taking into account my age. I'm now 71, and I have to make more frequent, if you like, pit stops during the night, and clambering up and down a ladder is not always the best solution. And there's probably other people who'll think, oh yeah, well, there's other things you can do, but I did think also in terms of my comfort. The old quickie rooftop tent that I had on my last trip is okay. I had problems with it, but I decided that there's probably a still easier way for me. Even though I detest towing things, I think I've come to the conclusion that it's now inevitable. So we will do a little tour of this particular unit and how it goes together. Okay, well, we'll now open the thing up, and I'm a novice at this, so there is a sequence, and I may come back and every now and again just turn this off and then turn it back on, because I don't want to have a huge big scene. I have it on the other GoPro on Timelapse, so here we go. Okay, well, I've dropped the first leveler, and I'll go around and do the others, and then I'll come back for the next step. Well, unfortunately, I forgot to turn this particular GoPro on at the time, and fortunately I did catch it on time-lapse, which will precede this particular scene. Anyway, that's the thing up. Let's go and have a bit of a look. It doesn't look very neat at the moment because obviously I have to do some adjustment to poles, but you get the general idea, I think. This is what it looks like all the way around. It's that's a cover which the fridge is actually in. Well, on the other side of this, that's a big toolbox and a thing for the fridge. As you can see, we've got the twin gas bottles here, and I've actually put one of my old jerry cans in there. That particular area there is going to house my new porta potty when I buy one. And this is the other side, of course, and the main entryway. Now what I will do is I'll open up some of the windows and we'll have a look, and I'll do a little bit of an adjustment on the inside poles, and then we'll go inside. Okay, well, I've opened up the windows. I did some adjusting inside, but I still can't seem to get this canvas. There must be something I'm doing wrong up there on the roof area, but we'll have a look at it a bit later. Now we'll have a little bit of a wander around, and inside you can see it's plenty and airy, so let's take a look inside. And here, I just stood on the floor, underneath the floor here is a couple of little levelers, but obviously with some of these things I think you need to take some bits of timber to chock up underneath. Anyway, here we are. These poles are for an annex, and I want to get them out of the way. Just give me okay, the poles are out of the way. Now we can see it's got a queen size double bed. The double bed actually lifts up there, and underneath, I don't know if you can see it, no you can't, is an annex. Huge annex apparently. We'll just push this down. The mattress comes down, of course, and then we have this sitting area, dining area, call it what you will, and it gives me that privacy shade. And in the middle of the night, of course, don't think that when I said the porta potty was going to sit on the front of the thing that it's going to stay there all night. No, it's not. It's going to come in here, and all these things will be down, and then I'll have my little private area. This dingly dangly thing here, this is actually for the annex, and the annex goes up to the ridge line and back down here, and we have another set of poles in this baby here. I don't know whether I'll ever actually use the full annex enclosed. I probably will over time, I guess. But the next thing to show is the kitchen. I can't do this one. I can when I've undone the catches. Right, this is the kitchen, and we have a shelf, a unit, which flips over, and those locate into those little pegs there. This is the cooker, and this is le sink. Oh, all mod cons, all powered 12 volt, and I've checked the cooker out, it works. There's a little storage drawer underneath there. It has got electronic ignition, but I tried to use it the other day and I couldn't get it to click, but that's a minor thing. When all said and done, a little bit about this particular camper. It's called an I-van, or an Ivan camper. It was built apparently in Welshpool in WA. This is a 2016 model, and unfortunately I don't think the company actually is in vogue anymore, because what am I doing there? Oh, I've got to hit these buttons. Hang on, I'll get them in a tick. Let me just shut this off a tick. It has, this is for the water pump and this is for the gas, and if I just shut this one up, we'll come around the other side. Oh, first of all we'll show where the fridge goes, and the fridge, the same deal here. This is for a big massive fridge, and over on the other side, room for tools. The previous owner has put those little pool noodles in there as a bit of a cushion around his gigantic big fridge freezer that he had. Yeah, getting back to the story, it's an I-van camper, and there is the deal there, iVan Campers and Trailers.com.au, with a phone number. Unfortunately, I don't think they exist any longer. And there is very little information on the internet about this particular brand of camper. However, there will be this one going up, and there are one or two little demonstrations in the very early days. Now also, while I've been waffling on here, the story with this particular camper is this is, as you can see, it's almost brand new. In fact, I would consider it to be brand new, because the previous owners only ever used it one night, and both of them were diagnosed with an illness, and they decided that they could not continue using this. So it's actually been packed away in their shed since 2016, I believe, anyway, and they put it up for sale and I jumped at it, as you can see. So unfortunately for those people, ill health precluded them from you really getting the best out of this, and hopefully I'll keep my health, and I will. I did forget to point out that this is a battery in here, and that's where the 12-volt pump for the water tank is, and I haven't mentioned the water tank, but it's on the other side. Holds approximately 75 litres of water, I believe. 100 amp AGL battery with circuit breakers, which I've now just turned on, and a battery charger for when we connect to 240 volt. I took the battery out yesterday and I charged it up, but it was already charged anyway. I've just turned the light on. That's the I think I indicated earlier before, there is a little switch down by the bed, and we can turn the light on and off. There are a couple of other switches too, which there is a 12 volt plug here for your little accessories if you wish. And I can't remember what this one's for. I need to go look at the book. Anyway, we'll find out in due course. Good, eh? Thank you. One of the very few reviews that I did see on this particular brand of camper was, they did say that they could have improved on this sort of thing. That's open. It's the flap that comes over the trailer itself, which is this bit here, and you can see obviously that it could be improved upon. There's the water tank that I was talking about. Anyway, I shall do some little improvements, no doubt, as I get used to this particular camper and modify it to suit how I want to go. Interestingly enough, there's another 12 volt plug, and I am assuming now that one of those switches inside operates that one. All the little things you discover. Okay, well that's a brief tour of the camper trailer. I'm now going to put it back together, but I will actually do it on the time lapse as well, because I don't know how long it's going to take. Well, there we have it, folks. It's packed up again. If you look at the time lapse, you'll see that I actually undid it once again, and I just said there's a clip that I've missed. However, the reason for that was that there was a little piece of canvas sticking out from this end here. So we'll flap it down again, there, and there. Let's go put this up and see it on YouTube. Thanks for watching. For those of you very observant people out there, you will notice that I did leave the legs down, and I did that on for a purpose, because I will probably open this thing up again, and I may play around with putting the annex up. Not sure. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. See you next time.